Hello everybody, DK here, and welcome to my unboxing interview of the NECA It Chapter 2 Pennywise. And before I get into this, I owe you guys a huge apology because I posted an absolutely abhorrent review of this figure a couple days ago, and it was just awful. I was ashamed of the video. I hated that video so much. It was the laziest, most awful piece of shit I've ever made, and I don't want that on the channel. So that video has been dealt with, and we're gonna make a proper review of this figure. Now, before I get into this, I do want to say one thing. When I am talking about this figure and I tell you that I'm not interested in keeping it and that I will be returning it, I just want you guys to know that it is not because I think this figure is bad and I will get into it. It's just that, unlike a lot of people who I know are going to watch this video, you guys are huge Pennywise fans, and I totally get it. He's an awesome character from a really great movie. The 2017 It is an absolutely awesome movie. I love it. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, but I'm not quite on the same level that most of you guys are probably on. You know, this character has a cult following. A lot of people love him, and I guess I'm just not really a member of that. I overall absolutely love the 2017 movie, but the character overall, I like the character, but not enough to have 6 of a very similar figure in my collection, if that makes any sense. Well, actually only 4, because I don't have the GameStop one or the Comic-Con one. But with that being said, hopefully I've cleared everything up, and now we can get into a proper review of the NECA Ultimate It Chapter 2 Pennywise. And here we have the packaging for the figure, and I actually really like this packaging. We have It Chapter 2, which I personally was not a big fan of, but if there was anything I really liked about It Chapter 2, it was the Pennywise scenes. Bill Skarsgård killed it in this movie. He was the one part I really enjoyed. I don't know, the movie was just too long for me. If you want to know more about it, I have a full review of the movie on my channel. It's not too accurate because I recorded that video after I came home from the theater, so it was very fresh in my mind, and I actually gave it a rather positive review. I don't feel that same way about it that I did in that review these days, but still, it's on the channel if you're interested. It's Chapter 2 NECA. On the top, we have a nice picture of Pennywise. On the back, a whole bunch of product shots of the figure right there. On the other side, nice picture of Pennywise, NECA, It Chapter 2. On the top, It Chapter 2, and we have ages 17 and up. Warning, choking hazard. And on the bottom, a bunch of crap that no one cares about, and your credits for who made the figure from NECA. And you can open up the front flap. You have a nice picture of the figure right there, and you have the figure in the packaging surrounded by all of his accessories. And with that being said, let's get him out. And here we have the NECA It Chapter 2 Pennywise opened up at the packaging, and he looks great. He is a spitting image of the character, but he is also very similar to all the other NECA It Chapter, to all the other NECA Pennywise figures. He's not like one-to-one identical. He has some differences, like the red parts on the torso here, and the color is different. He is more accurate overall because his hands are white, and on the original Pennywises, they were always gray, which is inaccurate. They're supposed to be white, so overall, this Pennywise is more accurate to the movie, but yeah, as you can see, the sculpt is very similar here, and if I get close in here, so as you can see here, guys, the sculpt is very similar. You can see if you look on this little section of his shoulder right there, and then you compare it with this one, it is almost identical. It is pretty much the same sculpt. It is, yeah, overall, it is the same sculpt. It has a couple differences here and there. I think he might be ever so slightly shorter, because you can see this is up a little bit higher than over here. And yeah, the main section is also completely different as well. The dress section here is completely the same. As you can see there, it is a very similar figure to all of the other It Pennywise figures, but it's not 100% identical. It also has a different feel to it. This guy has, I don't know what it is, but he has a different kind of feeling to him. If you have the Part 5 Ultimate Jason Voorhees, the Dream Sequence one, feel him. He feels very similar to that figure. This one, he just feels like a normal plastic NECA figure. He just has a different feeling to him is all. Now, color-wise, I prefer the colors on the It Chapter 2 Pennywise because they're more movie accurate, and honestly, I actually really like the way the It Chapter 2 Pennywise looks color-wise. I like the white on the hands because it's more movie accurate. I like the brighter pom-poms. Also, I can't believe we're just now going to show this, but the face is absolutely stupendous. It is a very nice likeness to Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise. If I could get a focus. as you can see, I really, really like the way it looks. Now, I personally am a big fan of the original face sculpts as well. I think they look great. That one looks really close to how he did in the scene that this Pennywise is from. And yeah, overall, I think I apologize that I don't have any other Pennywise. This is the only one I have available to me right now. All my others are packed up. So I greatly apologize for that. Hopefully that doesn't weaken anything. But yeah, as you can see here, it is a very, very, very nice face sculpt. But overall, I don't really have an issue with any of the older Pennywise face sculpts either, especially the original 2017 Ultimate figure. I think the likeness on the default head for that figure is actually really, really good personally. But this is definitely a nice head sculpt, and I do overall quite like it. It is very, very cool. The texture and the coloring is very, very nice, and I do think it is overall a more accurate Pennywise, especially because of the white hands. And also, one more thing is down here, these sections right here, as you can see on the original figures, is just kind of white. Over here, it's more of a like sand color, as you can see there, more of a brownish, faded color, as you can see there. So overall, this is the dancing clown one though. So this one is a little bit more faded overall than all the other ones, but once again, I apologize. All my other ones are packed up, so hopefully that's not a huge deal to anybody. But yeah, as you can see there, it is definitely not an identical sculpt, but it is very, very similar to the other 2017 Pennywises. Now, for the figure's accessories, first off, you get 3 alternate head sculpts, and the first one you get is the one from the Funhouse scene, and this is the one when the kid is behind the glass, and he's in the glass, and he makes this smile right before bashing his head through, and he eats the kid. Very, very nice looking. I do quite like the way it looks. It's overall very, very, very nicely done head sculpt, and it switches like any other NECA Pennywise. Now, since this is the same body, it's gonna have the same kind of issue, because the 2017 Pennywises never had the easiest time getting the new heads on. But there you go. That's what he looks like with that head on. And yeah, it's overall a very, very nicely done head. But the next one is actually my favorite. This is the dog tongue head sculpt, which is also from that scene as well. I know this head sculpt became kind of a meme because it looks like the face that one, I don't fucking know her name. I don't pay attention to that shit. But apparently this was a meme. It was, I don't know. I think it's honestly pretty sinister. So I really like this one. If I were planning on, if I were planning on keeping this figure, I would personally put him with this head sculpt on. I think this looks really, really cool. So let's go ahead and pop this one off and put this one on and see how he looks with that on. Like I said though, because of the older body, he's just a little bit difficult to get the heads on. But there you go. There you have that. It would have been nice if they could have updated the peg to make it easier to get the head sculpts on to change, because I think NECA's actually done a pretty good job with that recently with their newer figures. The heads don't seem to be as much of a chore to get on there. But yeah, I think that looks really cool. Like I said, if I were planning on keeping this figure, I would probably display him with this head sculpt, or I would display him with our final head sculpt, which is the Bob Gray Bill Skarsgård head sculpt, which is so cool. I really, really like this one. This one is just so cool. And once again, you can pop this head sculpt off if it will come off. Come on. There we go. All right, and we can pop this one on. Come on. There we go. And there you have the Bob Gray head sculpt. Yeah, that one looks really cool. I really, really like that one. It's between this one and this one. You guys let me know in the comments, which one do you like more? I think I like this one a little bit more, but still really, really cool. If I were planning on keeping this figure, I would display him with this head sculpt and have this one on a little headstand behind him, because I think that's really, really cool. So those are your alternate heads. The next thing you get is you get a new balloon. Now, this is a different balloon than what you usually get with the Pennywises. Usually, the red would be kind of transparent, but this one actually, it's opaque. So, very, very nicely done, though. I do really, really like it. And just like all the other Pennywise figures, you do get an alternate hand to hold the balloon. Now, I really wish they had done something about this hand, but I'm going to show you guys a trick to help you get the balloon in the hand. Because if you guys have played with any of the other Pennywises, you know that it doesn't go in here very easily. It takes quite a bit of force to get it in there and not ruin the balloon in the process. But here's what you should do. Get yourself something like this. Something with a little, this kind of deal. I mean, I'm sure you can find this somewhere. I actually have no idea where this came from. It's been in my house forever. And you can take this and just widen that hole. That's a kind of a pervy sentence, but there you go. You can widen that hole, and then check this out. You can get the balloon in there really much easier. Now, it is going to be a little bit loose at first. You're going to have to let it solidify to get in there, because as you can see, yeah, it's very loose at the moment, but it will work. And the hands switch out like any other NECA Pennywise. You just take the hands off and you pop on the new one here. If it will go on, come on, you motherfucker. There we go. And there you have him with the balloon, which looks really good. I do really like that. I will be honest, though, I kind of wish we had gotten some more accessories rather than just some head sculpts and a balloon. It would have been nice, like the skateboard. That would have been a really cool one. The skateboard would have been really cool that the kid has. And actually, you know what? I have the Funko of it. I have the mystery mini of it. I think it would have been cool if he had come with this, the skateboard. That'd be really cool. It says, won't Bubba be there for him either, and he gives this to Bill to show him that, yeah, that kid's gonna die, because you missed out. You weren't there for him, just like you weren't there for Georgie. But yeah, that would have been a cool accessory, personally. I don't know. You guys leave me in the comments. Do you like that he just comes with the balloon, or do you wish he came with something more like the skateboard? Or if you have any other ideas for accessories, go ahead and throw them down there too. I'd love to know what else you think he could have included. But yeah, a very cool looking balloon overall. And last but not least, you get some more alternate hands here, and these switch out just like the other hand. You just pop it off and pop on whatever combination you want. You get a pair of splayed out hands, and you get a pair of gripping hands, which I'm sure you could use if you have any of the other Pennywises. You probably have one of the boats, so you can use these to hold on to the boat if you want, which is pretty cool. But these switch out just like every other figure. And that is it for the accessories. Now for the articulation, it is very similar to all the other Pennywise figures. The head can look up about that far. It's on a pin. I mean, it's on a peg. I'll just show you. It's on a, there we go. It's on a ball joint with a peg coming out of it. Very standard NECA head joint. Oh, very difficult to get on there though. So you can get some upward, you get some downward, you can get some side to side right there. Very nice. Arms can do a full 360. It's the same thing as all your other 2017 Pennywises. While the sculpt and the paint might not be identical to the other 2017 Pennywises, the articulation is, but yeah, it can go out that far. It can it does have a double jointed bend at the elbow, although this one is a little bit tight on mine, and I would rather not break it because I would rather not break it. But yeah, you can get a double jointed bend right there. That's about as good. It actually doesn't, I actually just now realizing it doesn't actually get much more than 90 degrees, as you can see there. But yeah, you do have swivels at the hands, and they can go up and down, and you can twist the peg and get some side to side. Actually, I don't think you actually can twist the peg. Yeah, you can only get up and down. You can't actually twist that peg or anything like that. So yeah, that, and once again, just like all the other 2017 Pennywises, you have this awesome engineering here with the dress that allows for movement in the legs. Even with the dress, I really like that. And the legs can do a double jointed bend, although once again, it's a little bit tight on mine, and I would rather not. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I hope you guys understand. I don't want to break this thing. And then the feet can swivel right there. I think there's also one up here. Yes, there is a swivel right there. The swivels in command. I apologize, I can't stop listening to that song. And then you do have a nice ankle pivot right there at the feet, and it can go up and down right there, as you can see there. So articulation is really good. It is identical to all of the other 2017 Pennywises. So there you go. This is actually a really creepy pose. I really like that. Now, for comparisons, we'll start off with Pennywises, but once again, I do apologize that I will not have all the Pennywises to compare them with, because they are, most of them are packed up, but I got a couple out of here so I could do this review. So here is the Dancing Clown Pennywise, which I will say is my personal favorite 2017 Pennywise figure. I really like the Dancing Clown figure. I'll talk about that a little bit more when I get to the final verdict on the Chapter 2 Pennywise, but this is still my favorite. I really like this one. I like his accessories a lot, and I personally think the old likeness to Bill Skarsgård is 100% acceptable. This is great as well, but yeah, there you have that. And here he is with the 1990 version 2 Pennywise, which is my other favorite Pennywise figure. I absolutely love this. I don't know what it is about this, but I really like the way these two look together. I don't know, man. This guy's honestly kind of changing my mind right now, because the colors are just so much more vibrant and Pennywise-like. I'm also noticing right now that I really should have pointed out earlier is he has more of a shadingness to the body here. You can see there's different shades of gray in the actual figure right there. This one is just like a kind of the same color all the way through, but you can see the difference here. Oh man, that's actually really cool. Every second I continue this review, I'm considering keeping him more and more. But yeah, they have that. And one more time, I do apologize, but that is all the Pennywise comparisons. Actually, you know what? Since I have him out, here he is with the, that Pennywise. And you know what else? I also have this, for what it's worth. For what it's worth, there you go. I'm not taking that out of the box because someday this thing's gonna be worth like $10,000, but I may be over-exaggerating there, but that's the plan anyway. But yeah, they had that for what it's worth. And now for some other NECA comparisons, here he is with the Freddy vs. Jason, Ultimate Jason Voorhees, right there. Very, very nice. I think the scale works. I think it's a nice scale. And here he is with the Part 3 Ultimate Freddy Krueger. Here he is with the Cult Classics Series 5 Jigsaw. And here he is with the Ultimate Leatherface. I'm sorry I don't have Michael Myers right now. All my Michael Myers have been packed up, so I apologize for that. You know what, though? For what it's worth, there you go. For what it's worth, there you go. Now for some more generic comparisons. Here he is with the Mafex Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Here he is with the Figma Ryuko Matoi. Just so you can get a basic sense of how he scales with a 6-inch scale figure. Here he is with one of the NECA 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. Here he is with the Transformers Studio Series Megatron, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of you probably have this figure. This thing's awesome. And here he also is with a Deluxe Class Transformer. Oh, uh-oh. Soundwave did the splits. There we go. And one more, just because I have him right next to me here. Here he is with the big chap. So you can see how they look together. I don't know why. He's just right next to me in my arm's length, so why not? Now for our showcase. Oh, really? And there you have it. Now, my final verdict on the NECA Ultimate It Chapter 2 Pennywise is that this is quite a very, very, very good fit. This is a great option to go for if you want yourself a Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. I think he is a really, really great option out there. Now, if you already own some of the other 2017 Pennywise figures, he's not the most necessary. I would say get him if you think he looks good and you think you would enjoy having him, or if you were a big fan of the movie, you know, having a representation from him and, you know, giving him one of these very It Chapter 2 like head sculpts, or the Bob Gray one. Yeah, it would definitely be a really, really nice companion piece to your movie 1 ones. But if you're someone like me who just really loves that original It 2017 movie and already has enough Pennywises to kind of please himself, you might not. You can skip this guy. You can skip this guy. He's not like a necessary figure or anything like that. But if you're looking at him right now and you think he looks cool, by all means pick him up. He's quite a nice figure. I think the accessories are very nicely done. And yeah, overall, I think he's a winner overall. If you're a Pennywise fan, I definitely recommend picking him up. He's very similar to all the other 2017 Pennywises, but yeah, there you go. That is my final verdict. But before I leave, I want to say one more thing. If you're just here for the review, you can kind of click off right now, but I just wanted to say one more thing before I left here. And that is, I really hope that this made up for that absolutely abhorrent Pennywise review, if any of you guys saw it. If any of you out there sat through that review, I truly apologize. That video was absolutely absolutely atrocious. I'm borderline ashamed of it, honestly. It was really just a result of laziness, honestly. It's because I recorded that video on a day that I shouldn't have. I recorded that video on a day where I was not in the mood to record a review of a figure that I've already kind of reviewed a couple times already, and it just, I wasn't in the right mood for it, and I kind of put myself on like a time frame because I told everybody that it was going to be out in a couple days, and from here on out, I'm not going to do that anymore. No more, and no longer am I going to give myself a time frame. I am going to record these videos when I feel like I can make a proper video and not something like that previous Pennywise review. And I might honestly, I might make that video public and change the title and just make that an example video for when people want me to rush out a review. I need to be in the right frame of mind for this review to not be, for this review to come out how I want it to come out. And I'm pretty sure this one came out very much how I wanted it to come out. So I'm very, very happy with the result here. And overall, I really hope you guys can understand that from now on. That when I'm late to a figure review, this is probably the reason why, because I want to give it a proper review and not a piece of shit video like that first review I did of this figure. So there you have it. Now, one more thing I also want to say is that if you are a huge Pennywise fan and you're watching this right now, thank you so much for watching it, but before you go down and subscribe, if you are considering doing so, please note that I'm gonna go ahead and say this is gonna be my last Pennywise figure unless NECA gives us a new sculpt. I'm just, it's not that I don't love the character, because I do, and I do really love that first movie, but I think I have enough of them, in all honesty. I have the Well House, the Dancing Clown, the original, this one, which I haven't decided if I'll be returning yet, and I also have the quarter scale one, so I don't really need, I also have the Toonie Terrors, if that one counts. I don't really need him, I just don't really need him anymore. So if you're exclusively looking for Pennywise content, this might not be the best subscription for you, because I review a lot more than just horror figures and Pennywise figures. I review any figure that I want to. Any action figure that I want to review, I will review it on this channel. So I just wanted to throw that out there before you huge Pennywise fanatics subscribe to this channel expecting more Pennywise content, because you might be disappointed, because I don't think I am too interested in buying many more Pennywise figures. I still haven't decided if I'm going to return this guy. Throughout this, when I started this review, it was honestly, I honestly was like, okay, I'll give it the proper review and then I'll return it. But honestly, throughout this review, I have been really considering not returning this guy, because I think he's really, really cool, and he might honestly be he honestly might be my new favorite of the 2017 Pennywises. I just really dig the coloration on him. I think it's very well done, and the head sculpts are very nice, and he's a very well done figure. So I might not return this guy after all. I haven't decided yet. But you guys leave me in the comments down below. Do you think I should return him? Do you think I should keep him? You know, it won't hurt. I'm not saying I'm gonna base whether I do so on the comments, but I'll go ahead and throw that in there. You know, let me know if you think I should keep him or not. But yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more figure reviews, and this is DK Guillotine. Also, give the video a like if you enjoyed it. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps get my channel out there. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.